Good morning. Here we go, my friends. Welcome, welcome. Give me just one moment here to set all this up. Great to be here with you. Hope you're doing well. Just waiting to turn my volume down on the Facebook, and we'll get going. There it is. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. Rock and roll. Blast off.
I've been looking in the shadows where the mystery was born. I've been kneeling with the statues in the sun that keeps me warm. I've been following the footsteps of the ones who've come and gone. I've been flying with eagles to the center of the storm. Late in the afternoon, twilight fills the sky, stretching out evening's on end. My heart explodes with joy, I can hear the baby cry. And I have seen the light of a new day dawning. As below, so above. Oh, you're above. Take the shackles from my feet and the madness from my mind. Let the circle be complete. Like this moment out of time. Make the earth and heaven speak to me. I have been deaf, dumb, and blind. Now every flower's gone to seed. With every dream my heart can find. As I turn within to the emptiness erased, I'm lifted up by the hands that adore me. The whole wide universe is filled with peace and grace. The door of life is opening before me. Give me the strength to trust. like a warrior of love. On a silent hill where life and death collide, between the past and the present moment's glory. For every questing heart that happens from inside, and all the rest of it, just your story, your story. You are alright, much more than enough. You're a warrior of love, warrior of love, warrior of love.
There we go. Good morning. Okay, welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers for Tuesday, the 15th of July. We are halfway through this earth-shaking, literally incredibly powerful month. I just drew an angel card for us, and the angel was power itself. So that's divine timing. Let's where am I going here? Oh yeah, okay. We come to that. Let's start here. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and close your eyes, turn within. Let's take a deep breath together. We'll do 3 breaths. I'm not up to holding them this morning, just 3 nice cleansing breaths in a row. Just waking up here. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. Deep breath. Violet flame from Patricia Coda-Robles. I am the open door for the violet flame. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of all humanity. As one voice, one breath, one heartbeat, and one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love, we invoke the most intensified frequencies of the 5th dimensional crystalline solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection that cosmic law will allow. Beloved Saint Germain and your legions of 5th dimensional violet flame archangels, we ask that you blaze, blaze, blaze this violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns, in, through, and around every thought, feeling, action, memory, and belief that humanity has ever expressed in any time frame or dimension, both known and unknown, that is reflecting anything less than heaven on earth. Transmute this energy, cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into its original perfection and seal it in an invincible force field excuse me, transmute this energy, cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into its original perfection, and seal it in an invincible force field of God's comprehensive divine love. We accept that this activity of light is being God victoriously accomplished, even as we call. We also accept and know that this violet flame is increasing daily and hourly, moment by moment, with every single breath we take, until this sweet earth and all her life have ascended into the fifth dimensional crystalline solar realms of light on the new earth. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, well, I want to give a shout out to my new brother here standing there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul, and walking the red road for all of us. And we spent sacred time together yesterday. We met at the fire ceremony, the lighting of the 8th fire on Thursday night at the Choctaw Memorial in Middleton, along with Chief Phil Lane Jr. and 20 or so other Indigenous teachers, and 200 people altogether. And I immediately connected with this man and asked him for an interview, and we did it yesterday. And so what I'm looking at here is the transcript of the interview. And he says, "Aho, thank you. Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a great honor to be here, to be your friend, and to be of service, and to be of service to humanity and the rest of all nations in circles. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. A pleasure." And so I talk about where we met. And so he tells us his story. This is what I want to get to. Apologies, the audio had some problem with the audio and at the beginning, so some of it kind of drops out, but you can read it all if you do it on closed caption. You can absolutely read it all, and if you listen carefully, turn it up, you can hear it all. It just drops out sometimes, but you definitely get the message. And then we made a correction with it, and it was great for the last half of it. But what I want to share with you and make sure that you hear and get is his story about his own personal struggles, which he shared so courageously and vulnerably, and that he was he had gone through he had been kidnapped from his family as a child by the state in Canada and put in the state schools where they beat kids for speaking their own language and saying their own names and things like this. Just absolutely a nightmare. Trauma, 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 and then foster homes, and just really, cultural, you know, uh, attack every single day of his life. And he got through all of that, but then he came out the other end addicted to drugs and alcohol and all that. So he started to work with the Red Road and with some elders that he trusted, and they kept telling him to introduce himself to the fire. There's always a fire going, and the fire is where the medicine often happens. And so he was offering himself to the fire a good few times, introducing himself. I'm sorry. His teacher says, "Go introduce yourself to the fire." So he does this a few times, and eventually he's pouring his heart out to the fire and asking to be saved from his addiction, and that he wants to live and he wants to be sober. And when he did that, the fire went from being 4 feet in height to 20 feet in height. And he went back and told the elders, and they said, not surprised in the least. And he wasn't sure that was the real thing. So he went back and said the prayers again. I give you my life. I ask for your help. Please help me to be sober. Boom, 20 feet in the air. So that was his beginning. And what he shared, which was so, aside from that itself, which was so beautiful, was that he said what he understood from that is that the universe is always listening to every thought and every word, and watching and sensing and recording every action and deed, what we do, what we don't do, what we say, what we don't say. The universe is taking it all in. And basically, if we want to be free of the pain and the fear and the sorrow, we need to start consciously understanding that and acting in harmony with that. And it really, really lifted my spirits to hear that. I have to tell you, it was a huge gift, and I'm so grateful to him. So I'm invited tomorrow to go to a sweat lodge at Dripsey Castle, and if I can figure out how to get out there, I would do that. I could use a sweat lodge at this point in my life. That would be a joy. So if that calls to you and you're in West Cork, let me know. We can go over together. I just asked him what time it is, and I believe he said they start the fire in the morning, 7:30. So it's early. So keep that in mind if that calls to you. But again, he said he's open to a deeper conversation. He wished me a happy sunrise. And once again, the path is full of friends who are on the same wavelength and looking for the same thing that you are. Just keep putting it out there, and you will find them. That's my pitch for all of us today. So let me go through the usual. Here's the. I pinned this to the top. So of course this is the week of the Peace Gathering, which is why Standing Bear and Chief Phil Lane and 40 other teachers are here from around the world. They're here for the World Peace Gathering. And let me just say a word about that here again. This is from Jer Banks, who was also at the ceremony, and is such a dear friend on the path here. Let's do this. It is with deep reverence and gratitude that we invite you into a behind-the-scenes glimpse of Kindred Spirits Ireland 2025. This July, Ireland becomes the meeting ground for two powerful events. The full moon 8th fire ceremony on July 10th, where we join the global 8th fire circle in a sacred act of unity and environmental healing. I was pointing out to Standing Bear the video of him playing his flute and another brother playing the guitar, and how the swan mother and all the babies, about 10, the white swan mother and the 10 gray babies all coming in and listening to the music at the edge of the shore. That was beautiful. And so the Global 8th Fire Circle in a sacred act of unity and environmental healing. And here it comes, the World Peace Gathering, held from July 18th through the 20th at Dripsey Castle, where Indigenous leaders, elders, artists, and peace builders from across the earth will stand together under a shared mandate for unity and reconciliation. So that is your offer. That's your invitation to be a part of that, my friends. And these are extraordinary people with 100% commitment to the healing of Mother Earth and bringing peace back into our world. And so Chief Phil and others have created a peace treaty, and they put it before the Irish President Michael Higgins for his signature. So keep that in your thoughts and prayers, because this is the real deal. Yeah, these are amazing people. And I have the pleasure of being, Chief Phil has agreed to an interview as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so that's all on my page. Check that out. More to come. Yeah. All right, so let's take another deep breath. Yeah. Let me just do a little prayer here about all that. Closing our eyes, turning within, take a deep breath. Father, Mother God, indwelling Holy Spirit, Great Spirit, Gaia, Mother Earth, God, Goddess, all that is. We call forth the four races, the elementals, our animal brothers and sisters, the plant brothers and sisters, the stone people, the water, the air, the earth, the fire, the ether. We call forth all that is a part of this grand and glorious creation called life on earth as we understand it. Use us this day for your divine and joyous purpose, that you may open our hearts, heal our minds, and help us see truly and speak honestly and understand clearly and act courageously on your behalf and on behalf of all life everywhere. Father, Mother God, we give this day to you and we thank you for the blessing that it is. We hold this day and everyone in it in our hearts. And we say, Aho Matakwe Asen, for all my relations. I dedicate myself to my life and my world as one. For this and more than words will ever express, we're grateful and thankful. We let it be, it is so, and together we say, I am that I am. Amen. 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 All right, thank you very much. Prayer. It's so powerful, and most people don't understand what it's there for or how it works. But that's what I'm learning with Standing Bear and Chief Phil Lane and these other teachers once again. Red Solar Skywalker. Here's the message from the Mayans for today. We're in a new wave. No, we're in the wave spell of Red Serpent. We've been here for a little while. This is the deep stuff, my friends. The deep woods. Red Serpent, life force, survive, instinct. What are we made of? And the energy for today is Red Solar Skywalker. So I'm red Magnetic Skywalker. So that's two of my three energies. So that's a great gift. And it goes like this. These are the energies of pulse. These are the energies of pulse. Realize, intention. Pulse, realize, intention, space, explore, and wakefulness. And here it goes, Red Solar Skywalker. I pulse in order to explore. Realizing wakefulness, I seal the output of space with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of universal water. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. We give thanks, we let it be, and so it is. Abraham, when you focus upon lack in an attitude of complaining. Have we ever done that, my friends? Yes, I raise my hand. When you focus upon lack in an attitude of complaining, you establish a vibrational point of attraction that then gives you access only to more thoughts of complaint. Your deliberate effort to tell a new story will establish a new pattern of thought, providing you with a new point of attraction from your present about your past and into your future. There we go. The simple effort of looking for positive aspects, the simple effort of looking for positive aspects will set a new vibrational tone that will begin the immediate attraction of thoughts, people, circumstances, and things that are pleasing to you. So you give thanks, you have more to be grateful for. You complain, even that which you have is taken from you. Bless us. What you're looking at is what you're looking with. Eileen Caddy, you can help to bring down my heaven on earth when you realize that I am leading you and showing you the way. You will find all the directions deep within you, so you cannot possibly be led astray or take the wrong route. Seek within and follow those directions, and behold wonder upon wonder come about. There can never be a dull moment when I am guiding and directing you. Seek me and find me at all times. You do not have to look very far. Excuse me. I am there in the very midst of you, but you have to be consciously aware of me. As you live and move and have your being in me, you are creating the new heaven and new earth. There is no strain in creation. I said, let there be light, and there was light. I say, behold my new heaven and new earth. Therefore behold it. Give eternal thanks and dwell in it in perfect love, peace, and harmony. Now, take a deep breath. Eileen Caddy, I happened to see a video that she put on her page. I haven't heard it yet, where she talks about her self-pity and depression after achieving God consciousness. Yeah, babe, I can touch on some of that. I can relate to some of that. You got to the top of the mountain, keep climbing. Here is the course for this morning. I was meditating and skipped my group today. Lesson 360, peace be to me, the holy son and daughter of God. Peace be to my brother and sister, who is one with me. Let all the world be blessed with peace through us. Father, it is your peace that I would give, receiving it of you. I am your son and daughter, forever, just as you created me, for the great rays remain forever still and undisturbed within me. Beautiful. I would reach to them in silence and in certainty, for nowhere else can certainty be found. Peace be to me, and peace to all the world. In holiness, where we created, and in holiness do we remain. Your son and daughter is like to you in perfect sinlessness, and with this thought, we gladly say, Amen. Take a deep breath. Okay, so we have new Patricia, and I want to talk about my trip to Venus, thanks to Addie Lamborn. So I was blessed to have 3 extremely powerful transmissions yesterday, and this was the 3rd one. And so this is the introduction. I'm not going to do all of Patricia here this morning because it takes up, it's 30 minutes, but I will read you the introduction here. The incredible influxes of light we have experienced so far in 2025 have quickened the vibratory rate within the earthly bodies of every person on this planet. Every time this happens, our I Am presence has the opportunity to help the divine intelligence within our physical, etheric, mental, and emotional earthly bodies to accelerate the divine alchemy that is transfiguring our carbon-based bodies into fifth-dimensional crystalline-based solar light bodies. These incremental shifts have been occurring step by step since the initial impulse of the shift of the ages, which took place during the solstice, December 21st through 22nd, 2012. I was in my room at John Cully's house, and I was meditating with Drunvalo Melchizedek. I remember it well. The divine intelligence that guides the physical functioning of our earthly bodies at a cellular level is known as our body elemental. Each of us has a silent watcher. At our inception, the mighty Elohim were directed by our Father, Mother, God to assign each of us a body elemental and a silent watcher that would remain with us throughout our many earthly sojourns. Our silent watcher is a beautiful feminine elemental being who is responsible for holding the immaculate concept of the highest divine potential for our earthly bodies. Whether or not you have been consciously aware of the divine alchemy taking place within your earthly bodies since 2012, it is now time for all of us to pay attention. The company of heaven is revealing that the brand new solar light codes and the celestial downloads we received from our grand central sun during the June solstice in 2025 have catapulted Mother Earth and all her life up the spiral of evolution in ways we have not previously experienced. Everyone I talk to is talking about this. That shift was greatly amplified during the opening of the Sirius 7-7 portal on July the 7th. Both of those shifts, Lazarus talks about Sirius being the gateway of the goddess and the gateway through which we came into this reality and through which we will exit this reality. Both of those great shifts elevated the frequency of vibration within our body elementals and our silent watchers. This has created a sacred space for every person on Earth to withstand higher frequencies of fifth dimensional crystalline solar light than ever before. In order for us to receive the maximum benefit from this unparalleled opportunity, the Company of Heaven has now empowered to unprecedented levels an activity of light that has been building in momentum since the December solstice in 2012. This activity of light involves the divine alchemy taking place within the earthly bodies of not only humanity, but also the elemental kingdom and Mother Earth. Remember, we are one, ! Throughout our unified heart flames. Through our unified heart flames, and we have the ability to invoke this powerful activity of light on behalf of all our siblings in the family of humanity. All we have to do is ask their I Am presence to join us for this activity of light in perfect alignment with their divine plan and the highest good. Know that in order to receive the full benefit of this gift from on high, we just need to ask our I Am presence and our newly elevated fifth dimensional silent watcher and body elemental to download the highest possible frequencies of our fifth dimensional crystalline solar light bodies into the core of purity in every electron of our physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. And then she gives you the introduction here. If you have the heart call to be the open door for this gift from our godparents on behalf of yourself, humanity, the elemental kingdom, and Mother Earth, please follow me through this guided visualization with the full power of your attention and your divine intentions. This activity of light is stated in the first person so that each of us will experience this transfiguring light individually and collectively. All right, take a deep breath. So I will leave that there for your good use. Do give it a listen. I might play it on another morning here. I did it last night, as I said. So Standing Bear was a transmission. He brings the medicine, and he brought it to me, and he opened my field, and I received a whole lot of light and love and healing, being in his presence and sharing time together with our brother. And thank you for that. The interview is on my page here. I absolutely highly recommend that you give it a listen. Despite any technical ups and downs, he's already offered me a deeper conversation. So I'm very much going to receive that gift from our brother and thank him for that, and looking forward to that already. And then there was Addie Lamborn. And let me come to Addie here. It's a beautiful thing that connects with the Indigenous brothers. A beautiful sister and a being of light. Not all prophets came in robes. Some wore feathers and carried the stars in their blood. Not every messenger came down in lightning or stood behind a pulpit. Some came quietly wearing feathers, walking barefoot on sacred land, carrying stories in their bones and star maps in their bloods. The Hopi, the Maya, the Dogon, they all remembered. The Sky People were never just myth. They were memory, encoded in stone, ceremony, and silence. We weren't meant to forget this connection. The ones returning now, you can feel them. In the dreams, in the stillness, in the stirring inside your DNA, because truth never really dies. It just waits for the ones brave enough to remember. Take a deep breath. Zachary Fisher. Thank you, brother. Beautiful. All right, so there was the interview. That's what that looks like. YouTube picks, generates a thumbnail. Usually it gives me a choice of 3. This time it just gave me 1. Otherwise, I would have put my brother's picture there with great glee, or the 2 of us together. Even better. Here is the quote from Lazarus for this weekend. It's a mind blower. The more you know it is an illusion, the easier it is to create. The more you know it is an illusion, the easier it is to create. There's no place like home. Here's another one from Standing Bear. One of the healthiest habits to learn. Don't hesitate to be kind and generous. The universe keeps track of what you give, and it will return it to you in magical and unforeseen ways. That's from Young Pueblo. Don't hesitate to be kind and generous. The universe keeps track of what you give, and it will return it to you in magical and unforeseen ways. Take a breath into that. So there's a beautiful picture of the memorial in Middleton. Really, really beautiful. At sunset, right next to the water there. And the swans and all that. That's me from yesterday. Journey to Venus. Okay, this is worth talking about, my friends. So here it is on YouTube. Addie Lamborn, one of my teachers here that I met through Patricia, has been a mystic her whole life, and she blessed us with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 videos over the 2-day weekend, and she posted all of them. She did 4 Zoom calls, recorded all of them, and posted all of them. And she says she'll be back on again tomorrow night because the energies are absolutely, they're not at 10, I think they're at 12. Between the floods that started on the 4th of July in Texas and the earthquakes that have been happening with greater intensity in Japan and California and was it Greece, other places, many other places around the world. And the volcanoes, a huge eruption from Mount Etna. I think that's Greece. And yes, Hawaii, the volcanoes going off there. The animals leaving Yellowstone, where they have Old Faithful. The pressure of the earth is absolutely building with every passing minute. And this is part of the prophecies. It is not the end of the world. It is the end of a world, my friends, and the beginning of a new world. And that's where you and I come in. So this is why we need our brothers who've held this space for us for thousands of years and died and suffered over and over again for the sake of humanity's promise to bring us back to Mother Earth and Great Spirit and understand we are all one. And only in peace can we live together. There's no sustainability in fear and fighting and disease and lack and struggle and anger and hatred and bigotry and all the rest of it. We must open our hearts or perish as a people. That's the choice. An eagle feather is not just a feather, it is a prayer, a responsibility, a gift from the highest spirit. Oh. All right, my friends, some of this is yesterday. Yeah, Arlo? Real energy is created through frequency. I'll read this again. Resonance and movement, not by begging for a seat at insecure tables. You don't need their approval. You don't need their permission. You sure as hell don't need to shrink yourself to fit inside their fragile comfort zones. You're not here to be tolerated. You're here to transmit, disrupt, and elevate. Let them gatekeep, you gate open. Yes, let them run and hide. We will walk forward in the light. That's the deal. That's the calling. when you continue to be irritated by someone who refuses to change, you are also refusing to change. Absolutely. I was saying that, there's our brother, I was saying that I would like to connect, see if I can connect Lorna Byrne with Chief Phil and this gathering on Sunday. Well, we'll work on that today. There must be a way to connect with everyone here. Let's give you one more.
Love, one of the seven grandfather. Welcome, relatives. My name, Kanipo Makwa, Standing Bear, Soda Tribe, Christian Lake First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada, Treaty for Territory, Anishinaabe, 60s Scoop Survivor, International Published Author, and welcome to We Are the Medicine. What we're talking about here in this little series, the seven grandfather teachings. We are going to go over love today. Love, one of the seven grandfather teachings. Humility, truth, honesty, respect, wisdom, courage, respect, and love. Love carries all the other grandfather teachings. When we know humility, we know love. When we know truth, we know love. When we know honesty, we know love. When we know wisdom and courage and respect, we know love. When we know all those and we put those together, love is not singular. Love is all those things. And it takes that love that we offer. Love is an offering. We take that beautiful connection to the seen and unseen. Love is our relationship to the water. Love is our relationship to the seasons and to the wind and to the sky and to the stars. Love is our relationship to the fire, the first prayer at the center of the universe. And that first prayer, that first place of love is right here. So people ask me, what is love? Love is all the above, both seen and unseen. Love is that beautiful relationship. And when we find out what that is, when we know intimately what that is, relationship to the water, into me you see, then we begin to understand what love is. And then we get to share that love and honor that beautiful time and place. Carry that relationship in our hearts from creator to great mystery to all directions to the four winds. That is love. My name, Kanipo Makwa, Standing Bear. And if no one said that they love you today, I love you very much. Let's have a good day.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's our brother. What a blessing. Huge. Huge changes are upon us, my friends. Let's keep up with the idea. Let's get with the program. When opportunity knocks, open the door. Yeah, where are we at? Okay. So let me just speak here for a minute. Yeah, we let that go. All right. I'm still on that. Yeah. Okay, that's what that is. Boom. Yeah. There it is. Okay, thank you. So, I did 2 hours of meditation this morning, mostly Lazarus Healing Crisis, because of my own little melodramas, but I'm always grateful for the opportunity to come here and share this time together with all of us. I can't recall seeing so many things happening globally at the same time that are connected to such huge shifts of energy on the earth. And of course, she is the mirror and the mother of all of us. So these are energies these are shifts, these are representations of what's happening within us or preparing to happen within us. And, you know, when people lose their homes in a fire or a flood or an earthquake, it's a disaster, it's a catastrophe. And what happens in those moments of crisis? We throw all of our differences aside and we come rushing towards each other to help and to heal and to sustain life and return to normal. Well, the return to normal part of it is the tricky bit these days, because that is fading fast. In all honesty, there's little doubt about that. And when I look at the screen of my reality through YouTube and X and Facebook, what I am heartened by, what I'm lifted by, are all the younger people and older people, yeah, all the people that are speaking the truth about the incredible opportunity right now to grow spiritually as never before. And that's a huge challenge. That's not always an easy walk in the park, but it is what's knocking on every door right now. The opportunity to grow by leaps and bounds and heal and come together and understand and be a skywalker, yeah, be a visionary, be of service to the greater world. And when we take our gifts and we put them in loving service to each other, then nature and the universe will always protect us and bless us and heal us and show us the way and give us the chance to deepen our understanding of how we are inseparably and beautifully connected. So let me come back to Addie's thing here, because I really want to take a moment and tell you about this. So this is Journey to Venus. And I listened to her 3 previous ones there and got to the 4th one. And the 4th one is literally us showing each other, sorry, her showing us, there it is, how to connect with the energy of this enlightened planet and the beings of Venus and their higher consciousness. And she gives us a guide named Sherin, Sherin, and she shows us the words and the symbols for different crystals and different messages that to me feel like what they would call in the gene keys, the key codes, you know, the metaphoric and symbolic representations of higher states of consciousness that in our awakening, healing, and growth open us up, and we get triggered, expanded, activated is the word, to these higher levels. And so this is one of the most extraordinary things I've ever heard in my life. There really isn't a better way to say this. And I highly recommend that you give this a listen. So I'm saying this tape is part 4. If you want to cut straight to the experience itself, you can do that. It's on here. And basically the first half of the video is her setting the scene and showing us the glyphs, using the glyphs to activate the memories that will help us to open to these higher energies. And then we meet our guide, Sherin, and we take the journey to Venus. I'm not kidding. And we get a lot of downloads. We get a lot of energy. We get a lot of healing. We get a lot of reconnecting with the greater cosmos. So, of course, Venus is the divine feminine, and it is very much about creation itself and creativity and love and healing. And we are destined to co-create a new civilization. This was Addie's quote in one of the tapes. And she's been saying this, of course, Patricia's been saying this. Lazarus, Bashar, Dr. Peebles, Oren, Daben. You get the picture? Yeah. Everyone who's worth listening to. Abraham and Eileen Caddy. They've all been saying the same thing in different words, so we can hear it. We can let it in. So this is what this week appears to me to be about for myself personally, is a big message from the universe. Let it in. Let it in. Let it in. Things work in threes. So I just want to share that with you, that I'm not going to play it here on morning prayers at the moment. Addie asks us to listen to this 7 days in a row. I will definitely do that. That is easy. Just like listening to Standing Bear and listening to Patricia. These are transmissions of great power and great urgency and great impact for me personally, and I hope they are for you as well. So I just want to take a moment and say, let it in. Really let it in, my friends. If you've made it this far into the conversation here this morning, there are no accidents. Everything is unfolding by divine agreement at the highest level of receptivity. And as my guides say, to listen to, trust, and follow that which is true today, tomorrow, and forever. That is the open door. That brings us back to love and light, and to be the love and light of all that is as us in this world. In this world, it is an extremely huge responsibility, privilege, and blessing, all at the same time. Because basically, you just keep digging to where you find God in yourself, and you don't stop until you find that. Like what I'm going through in my life, and I've said this to other friends, is I don't process a lot of stuff so much. I just go straight to meditation. If I'm stuck, I ask for the meditation to help me to unstuck, and I do that until things change, or I do that and I find another one, etc. So I'm dancing more consciously between the inner and the outer, between the inside and the outside. I'd say every day. It is getting simpler and clearer that I'm here for this, and I've been prepared for this, and this is on. This is now. This is happening. In David Icke's messages, in other people that work with what's happening in the world and why is it happening, and who's honest and who's dishonest, and what's real and what's a deception, and all of that. That has its place. That's it's good to not be lied to, and it's good not to be led like a lamb to the slaughter with a smile on our face. I've seen too many people, good people, throw their lives away in the last few years, not out of malice, but out of fear and naivety, and I'm sure I have those things going on as well. But I also know that I have help, that we all have help. And what we give thanks for appreciates. What we resent or are angry about or unforgiving over is sticky and no fun at all. So we are really being asked to clear a space, nearly there. We are really being asked to clear a space in our lives and in our hearts, one and the same, where people can hear the message and the energy of truth, of courage, of integrity, of hope, of freedom, of joy, of happiness, of laughter, of abundance, of all the blessings of life. That we're either friends with those things, or we're committed to becoming friends with those things once again, however it may be. And as Lazarus said there in the quote, when you realize it's all an illusion, creating what you want suddenly becomes a lot easier. I know that that's true. What is reality? It's what we focus on, what we imagine, what we expect. And if we can ask Spirit as we close out here this morning to help us to imagine, expect, and focus on those things that are of our highest good and for the highest good of all humanity, then we can take a deep breath and relax into the flow of life, into the flow of peace, into the flow of love. Venus, this is a real thing, and the door is open, and you are invited, and it's my honor to share this with you. The World Peace Gathering, 40 indigenous teachers from around the planet who represent a tradition of thousands of years, holding the sacred for humanity with and for Mother Earth as one. Patricia Cota-Robles and the Company of Heaven, a lady who's been teaching for 60 years, and every word she utters has the ring of truth and freedom and love behind it. So the opportunities are here in great number. Follow your heart, search your heart, listen to your heart. You can't go wrong. Peace and blessings. All my love. Namaste. Peace.